Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty good. It is raining really hard outside. It is nice. I love it. It's been so hot and humid, so it's beautiful when it starts raining. Today is Friday, June the 26th. Oh my gosh, June's over. Finally. This year's going by so fast, y'all. Every time I turn around, it's Friday. It feels like the weeks are going by so quickly. I don't even know where the time is going. I, I feel like I have time to do nothing because the days just go by so fast. Is anybody else feeling like that? I mean, I'm glad, I'm grateful that the days are going by fast because of all the things that we're going through right now. But on the other hand, I'm like, oh my God, I only have so long in this life, and I need to get things done. And it's going by too quickly. So I wanted to do a little Trump reading, but before I do that, I'm going to talk a little bit and tell a little bit of story. Haven't done that in a while, so you guys that are new to this channel, bear with me. I'm a talker, and I try to every once in a while get y'all updated on what's going on in my life. Not that you're that interested, but do you guys remember months ago? I'm sure you do. Quite a few months ago, we saw a mouse out on our deck, and I thought maybe it was getting in the house, and I wasn't sure. But we only saw it out on the deck, and we've seen this mouse time and time again. Well, it's not really a mouse. I think it was a rat. It's a rat because it's not little. I mean, it's like that big. It's big. So I saw it finally not long ago, and then when the kids all came over for my husband's birthday on Saturday, it was in the tree right in front of the window, in front of everybody, looking at us like, you know what I mean? And it's been here for months, and so I was worried. Oh my gosh, it could be a whole family of rats. How disgusting, right? They're germ carriers. And I don't, who wants a rat? But my husband, he brought traps, great big old traps. You remember when he brought that poison and I put it out? And the day that I put it out, I saw that rat crawl across the screen of my window the same day. And I thought it was maybe poison because of the way it was crawling. But I think now it was just holding on to the screen. It was trying to hold on. It was all rickety because it didn't die or anything. But I felt so bad. I thought, oh my God, it's dying. It's going to die. And, not thinking it through to the end, I should have. You put out poison, you're going to kill the rat. So, of course, I threw the poison all away. And my husband's like, why did you do that? And I'm like, I don't want to poison it. I want to kill it. And he's like, set the rat trap. And I'm like, no, I couldn't do that. So I got rid of all the rat traps and everything. So yes, 2 days ago, not yesterday, 2 days ago, I bought one of those animal trappers that you can get at Home Depot, for mice and rats and stuff. I bought one of those and I put peanut butter on it and I set it out and I caught that rat. So yesterday we took the rat far away and we let him go on the side of the road in a wooded area close to the river, the Guadalupe River here. So we got pretty far away from home. So hopefully he won't find his way back. But he's gone. I thought surely there's going to be another rat. So I put peanut butter on it because that's what they told me to do. I put peanut butter on it and I set the trap again, and there's nothing's been messing with it. I haven't seen. Of course, it rained, but I think rats are still hungry even if it rains, right? So I'm going to keep rebaiting it. Ants are getting on it. If the rat doesn't come get it, the ants will. Anyway, so I got rid of that rat. Hopefully, he was the one and only. It's hard to believe because it was months ago. You would think by now they multiplied, right? But we'll see. I'll let you know. It looks like there's nothing going on. My dogs aren't really chasing after anything anymore and acting. They would know when that rat would come out. They would be in the house and they would just be like, I don't know how they could hear it because it's far away on the other side of my deck. But they would just go blazing over the deck. They'd know when that rat was out always. So anyway, they haven't been acting like that. So they didn't do that yesterday or today since the rat's been gone. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, yay, the rat's gone. Happy about that. Okay, I did some paint pouring with my granddaughter. She's very creative, and we had been talking about doing this painting. She paints a lot. She's really good at it. I'm not good at painting. I mean, I can paint, and I have, but I just follow instructions. Like you can move your brush like this and make a flower. I can do that. I have a book and it taught me how to paint and stuff, so I can do it. I'm really good at following instructions on things, but I'm not that good at painting or drawing stick figures, you know. But this is my pour paint. I wanted to show it to y'all. It was a lot of fun to do. Look at this. It's a masterpiece. It's have you seen those videos where you do the cups? You know, you put the paint all in the cups and you flip it over. And I flipped 2 cups of paint over on that. And then you'd go like this, you know, and it spreads everywhere. It's so cool. And it is messier than hell. It's so messy. So you need to lay down some plastic and everything. 3 of us did it. 2 of my granddaughters and me, we did it all together. Theirs were real pretty too. They came out. I haven't put a clear coat on that one. I plan on doing that, put a clear coat on it. I don't know what I want it for, but it was fun to do. It was very creative and fun. And now my daughter, she's making them like crazy. She set up a whole art thing in her room. She has a huge room, and she's been going to town painting. She hasn't gone back to work cutting hair because of her father, you know, since he's 70 and had heart disease, heart surgery and all that. She don't want to expose him, so she's still off work. But anyway, so that's what's going on with me. You know, we did that painting about 10 days ago or so. It's been a while. So, but it was a lot of fun. Y'all should try it. Just look it up on YouTube how to do it. I did it with I put dish detergent in water, you know, and then poured that to make my paint a little bit thinner. That's how I thinned out my paint. It's cheaper because that stuff that you buy in the bottle to thin it out, you know, it's like $12 for a bottle of that stuff. And I'm like, but I could just put 2 drops of detergent in some water and it thins it out. So I'm cheap. And it was just for fun, you know, so I did it the cheap way. Anyway, okay, did anybody watch the hearing that went on? Oh my gosh. I watched that hearing. I watched on C-SPAN because they didn't show it on CNN or anything. So I watched it on C-SPAN. And oh my gosh, that Louis, what's his name? Louis Gohmert. He's a Texas Republican congressman. When that guy was he started his testimony, just introduction. All he was doing was introducing himself. And he tapped through the whole thing. He was banging as hard as he could. He was banging his ring on his desk. Oh my God, y'all, I wanted to reach through the TV and strangle that man. I do not know why they didn't have him thrown out. I mean, I don't understand why they didn't throw him out. He was so annoying. And you know, his seat is up for reelection. There is a Democratic guy running against him named Hank Gilbert. And I looked him up, and he's from Houston, Texas. He's a rancher, and I looked him all up and everything. He looks like a really nice, really good guy. So I went ahead and donated to his campaign, and I put him on my Facebook and everything because I was so aggravated with all that. I don't understand. Republicans are so rude during these hearings. They are so disrespectful and so rude. You know, I just don't get it. I don't get it. And Jerry he's just got so much patience. I don't know how, but he does. I also donated to Adam Schiff's campaign because he's up for reelection. He was asking for a donation. So I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead and donate to him too. And of course, I donate to Biden's campaign too. I donated to all of them. What goes around comes around. So I'm trying to get the flow going, right? All right. Oh, did y'all see? I saw a snippet on Twitter. Trump was on Hannity. Did you see that? And he said, I got the clip off from YouTube and I put it on my Facebook page and on Twitter. He actually said, Biden's going to be the next president because some don't love me. It's like, wow, you get it. You get it. So I just want to do a reading on Trump. I'm thinking, okay, is he ready to leave office? So maybe he's thinking about it. Maybe he's figuring out some other thing to do. You know, I know Trump. He doesn't like to lose for sure. The whole thing, you know, he don't care about winning, but he don't like to lose for sure. So I want to just take a look and see what's going on with him, and see. I'm going to ask a few questions. I got the cards laid out already. The first question I'm going to ask is for Spirit. Is Trump going? Is Trump going to leave office? Is he planning to leave office? Actually, that's what I want to know. Is he planning to leave office? Is he thinking about leaving office? Because that's what it sounded like, on that interview with. And Hannity also asked him what's his plan for the next 4 years, and he had zero answer. He couldn't answer. He started criticizing Biden. He had no answer for what he's going to do for the country in the next 4 years. And this was, that's a softball interview. How's he going to be interviewed by people that are difficult and tough on him? He won't be able to take it. Okay, so the first card that I pulled on that is Six of Pentacles. This is in a past position, and this is something that Trump really doesn't seem to understand. This is the concept that he hasn't been able to get, the concept of giving and helping others, especially when there's a real need. It's like there's something missing there. He can't feel it. He doesn't understand it. He just doesn't get it. Well, he knows you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. He understands that. But there's no circle of love here. There's no, I'm going to help this person that's in real need. I'm going to help this country. They're in real need. They're hurting. So many people have died of COVID. He just doesn't get it. And this is the mistake he's making because he lacks compassion. And that's the problem. That is the problem with Trump. He has no compassion. The next card is Three of Wands. So he is making plans. He is thinking ahead. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about when he leaves office. Yes, whenever we see a back, right? That means somebody's leaving. And he's looking out to the future. He is thinking about leaving. He's thinking about what he's going to do with his future, what he'll do next. So yes, he definitely is making some plans and thinking about it. But that being said, the next card is the Hermit. So, he's really unsure about what's going to happen next. He's not really great about planning things. He kind of lives by the, seat of his pants kind of, and things have gone his way for a long time, but things have changed now. And he is so unsure of what's going to happen next, where the path is going to lead him. He's really, really, he's looking for something else to do, what he should do, what he can do. I think he's considering different options right now. So yes, he is thinking of leaving, considering a different path and different options for sure. For sure. I think he knows the handwriting's on the wall. And not that he'll admit defeat, because he never will. We'll never hear him admit defeat except for a slip. Biden's going to be the next president. Remember, this guy, he said, when he's talking like that, he just talks. Whatever he thinks rolls out of his mouth. He doesn't have, a filter. That's what it is. He doesn't have a filter. He has no filter. So whatever's thinking in his mind is rolling off his tongue. So he has no filter. So the next question is, the Affordable Care Act. Did y'all see that? The Trump administration is trying to completely get rid of the Affordable Care Act. They're trying to have it completely overturned. That would leave 20 million people without insurance. There's 20 million people on the Affordable Care Act right now. And he's trying to completely have the Supreme Court to completely do away with it in the middle of a pandemic. And that's what I'm telling you about compassion. There's no compassion. There's no circle of love. There's no give and take with him. There's nothing. He doesn't understand it. No concept. So the first card I got on that is Eight of Swords. So this is the past position, of course. The Trump's administration, their hands have been tied. They've not been able to move forward. They haven't been able to make that happen. Thank God. And I do believe this is the death card that comes next. And I don't think it's the death card of the Affordable Care Act, I think this is the death card from the Supreme Court, ruling against Trump. So they'll squash it, I think. So hopefully that's what it is. I hope it doesn't turn around and the death of Affordable Care Act, but I can't see how that would happen. Our our judges have actually, even though there's a lot of Republican judges there, they've actually ruled fairly consistently with the people. So I have great hopes that this is the death of the administration's efforts to have it overturned. That's what I believe that is. Because the next card is the Knight of Swords. So that would only make sense to me because of this card here. This is I feel like this is energy being put back into the Affordable Care Act. That's what this is, okay? It's like when Joe Biden takes office, he's going to put so much effort, so much time in it. He's going to revive it. He's going to save it. He's going to make it better and stronger. Okay, so that's what I see for that. So I don't think it's going to die, but I think their efforts are going to die to getting rid of it. It's like Trump wants to get rid of it before he leaves. He just wants to I want to get rid of it. I want to get it, I want to, anything Obama has done, he just wants to get rid of before he leaves. I really think that's his main objective. He knows he's leaving and he just wants to get rid of everything Obama has touched before he leaves. He has so much hate for Obama. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. He is a very vengeful man, very vengeful. Okay, so the next question I have is, will Trump continue his rallies? Is he going to continue his rallies? They just had, the health thing with all the, what do you call it? Today, with the CDC and everything, they had all the, Trump things, and Trump wasn't there. He wasn't there. I didn't get to watch it all. I had to turn it off. I had a lot of readings to do today. I recorded it. I'm going to go back and watch it a little bit more. I didn't get to see it all, but it was done without Trump. Okay, but will he continue to have his rallies when they're telling everybody to, social distance? Here in Texas, as y'all know, we're crazy with COVID here. It's getting really, really bad. As a matter of fact, me and my husband decided to stop going to the gym. We're not even going to go to the gym anymore at all. We're the only ones wearing a mask there. The people that work there wear a mask, but they don't make anybody, any of the members wear a mask. So we've decided not to go anymore. San Antonio has made a law for right now. I think till August 18th or something. They might extend it. I think it was July 30th, and I don't know. I have to check it because they keep extending it. Anyway, they said everybody has to wear a mask that goes to a business. And because of Abbott, the way that he ruled and made a law that you can't force anybody to wear a mask, but private businesses can say, if you want to come here, you have to wear a mask. So they were so smart. What they did was, they told all the businesses, the city of San Antonio told all the businesses, you have to require people to wear a mask to come into your business. So they put it on businesses instead of putting it on the public because Abbott didn't let them. So that's how they're doing it. They're saying, if you go into a public place, you have to wear a mask. If you don't, I think they can be fined $1,000 for each person that's not wearing a mask. So they're going to tell you, you wear a mask or you get the heck out. So that's good. But I live in Bulverde, 15 miles away. They're not wearing any masks. And everybody in Bulverde goes to San Antonio. I promise you, everybody. As a matter of fact, like maybe 2 or 3 miles away from me is a nursing home. And it has like 12 people have COVID in that nursing home right now. And it's it's residents and it's caretakers, both. So, okay. So will Trump continue his rallies and continue, spreading COVID? Is he going to be able to do that? And the first card that I get is the Hanged Man. I think this, we see this, we know this is about looking at things from a different perspective, and that's what's going to happen. As people start getting sick from these rallies, people are going to come down with COVID. And the more people do that, the more people realize that it's not a good idea to go out in public without the mask and to be in with thousands of people. So this is from the past. So people from the past rallies will get sick, and it will, we all know that. We understand that. But there's some that don't. Some people need to go learn their lesson, and that's what that's about. They've got to go learn their lesson. They've got to go get sick, or they've got to have somebody close to them get really sick from this rally. And when that starts happening, then they're going to change the way they're thinking about this. They're going to change their opinion about going to these rallies. But will that stop Trump from having his rallies? No, I don't think so. This is Two of Wands. So he's still making plans to do rallies, y'all, all over the place. He's just deciding where to go. That's it. That's his main concern is, where am I going to go? Where am I going to get, where am I going to get the love? He just wants adulation and love. That's it. He doesn't care about anything else. I want to be, all that in a bag of chips. I always tell my husband. That's the most important thing for him. So yeah, he wants to continue, and I think he will continue. And then he gets the Lover's card. So the Lover's card is all about that core base that he has, that basically will follow him anywhere and do anything he says, and will, tempt death to just be close to him. It's like, even though the base has gotten smaller and smaller and smaller, they're still out there. There's still that core people. There's still these really Trumpsters that will, tempt death just to be near him. So he's going to continue to do his rallies, even if they shrink and get smaller and smaller. He'll still do them. I think when he did that town hall with Hannity, there was 50 people in there. Of course, it was televised on Fox, but he's doing things like that on Fox. It's just the people that are on Fox. It's the people that already voted for him anyway, and his base is shrinking. So he's not getting more people by doing this. He's not getting more people by having his rallies. You know what I mean? It's not bringing more people to him by having the rallies. It's actually doing the very opposite. So he'll continue with his rallies. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. And it's going to turn more people off, except for his base that love him no matter what. So, okay, guys, I've talked long enough. I think you're probably sick of listening to me. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I have a friend that we just found out. They're close friends. They're very nice. We haven't seen them in a while. We've been invited to do things with them, but we've declined. On Johnny's birthday, he wanted a party and he wanted to include all his friends, and I said no. So he didn't do it. And if I would have said yes, that would have meant the last Saturday when he had his party, they would have come. Well, we found out yesterday that their family has COVID. So God bless them and say a prayer for them. They're friends of ours. Their adult children have COVID, but they're together all the time. They're very close family, and they would have come with them. If they would have came here, their adult children would have came with them too. So, and if we would have went to any party at their house, they would have been there too. So, I just pray that the rest of the family doesn't get it. Their adult children, they have 2 children also. I don't know if their children have it yet. I just know the mother and the father have it. So their son and his wife have it. So yeah, it's very serious. It's really serious. And our friend that's a nurse that helped Johnny while he was in the hospital, thank God for her. She's such a blessing. When Johnny was in the hospital, she was right there beside him. She had the phone. She FaceTimed. She did everything so that me and him were connected. And I talked to her every day, and she was so loving and kind. And she tells me their hospitals are filled with COVID patients. They are filled. She said, it's terrible. It's terrible. And it's getting worse. And Abbott, he's Trump's little lapdog. I'm talking about our Governor Abbott. Trump praised him and so he's just his little lackey now, and he doesn't want to close the state, and he doesn't. He's rolled back some things now. Today he closed all the bars, and he said restaurants could only be filled to 50% capacity. Okay, so that helps a little, but that doesn't help a lot. You're not requiring face masks still, and you're not requiring people to be socially distanced. So no matter what, if as long as you're, as long as you're not, and he's telling people to stay home without mandating it. He's asking people to stay home. So that means if you're in business, you have no business. If people are listening to what he says, people that are, doing nails, doing hair, waitressing, all that, their money isn't there. They're just not making any money. They're sitting there doing nothing and not making any money. The service industry works on tips, and they have to have, the people there. So it's not fair. It's not fair to them. Just shut them down, and then they can draw unemployment. At least they can get some money. At this point, they just have nothing coming in, and it's just a mess. It's a horrible mess, you guys. So I am so done with Governor Abbott. I just am done with him. I used to think he was okay, even though he was a Republican, but now, me no like him no more at all, at all. So anyway, I went off the rails there. I was saying goodbye. All right, guys, y'all have a good evening. If you'd like to get a reading with me, please look down below. There's my email address. I usually, if after a payment, I usually can get your reading out within 24 hours. That's how I work. So just give me an email and we'll get it together, okay? All right, guys, love y'all so much. Y'all take care. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. Talk to you again soon.